You're listening to WJXT, Jacksonville, Florida.
All right, this is Frank Callahan back here at Hodges Field with our present score, the Bulldogs 12, the Baker County Wildcats nothing. With us in the radio booth tonight is the former Heisman Trophy and the quarterback of the Florida Gators, quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers and Tampa Bay Bucks, now the offensive coordinator for the Florida Gators, Steve Spurrier. Steve, it's nice to have you here tonight.
Well, Frank, it's good being here, especially the type of ball game they're having here tonight. Bolles is coming out and throwing it, and it's nothing like watching a team that throws it all over the field.
Well, I thought maybe that might be your type of game, and I know that you're in town looking at several players, and it hasn't been too many years, Steve. I remember when the Gators came down here and held a summer camp, and I sat here right after you were drafted into pro ball, and Coach Graves and I sat up here on the press box and watched you punt out here in the afternoon at Hodges Field.
Yeah, that's right. I guess that was back in about 66, 67. Coach Graves had his camp here, and yeah, I remember working out right here with the youngsters back in, and of course the place is a lot nicer now than it was back in. It's a great facility they have here at Bolles.
Well, we're awful proud of it, Steve. We feel we have a very fine facility here, and I know you went across the street there and hit that white ball a little bit too.
Well, I had about a couple hours this afternoon that wasn't doing anything, so I went over there and played a little bit, relaxing before trying to get my mind off that game tomorrow we got coming, you know.
I know. This game with Georgia must evidently be very similar to our rivalry here at Bolles with Bishop Kenny. And I know in your days that you played, it was always a highly emotional game. How's it different now that you're a coach?
Well, I don't know. I guess it's hard to figure now that, except that as a coach, you see all the ramifications and all the outside things that as a player sometimes you might not really see. You know, when there's 35,000 Bulldogs and 35,000 Gators, then you realize the magnitude of the ball game, and you realize how big it is. As a player, you sort of just have to concentrate on what you got to do that day, and you don't think about all the outside things. But it's going to be a big test for us tomorrow. I think our players are ready to play, and I'm sure Georgia's are too, and it should be a great game.
Well, now we have two boys playing for Georgia. We have a walk-on up there, Mike Fisher, who played here a few years ago. I think he plays on the kickoff team. And then Gordon Terry, the defensive end, is one of ours.
Yeah, Gordon has played real well for him this year.
Now, I know that you're not out here just to see a high school football game tonight, and I know you've been around town. And how is the crop of athletes in Jacksonville as you see it this year, Steve?
Of course, this is my first year recruiting, so I don't have anything to really compare it with. But there's probably 6 or 7 players in Jacksonville that we'd love to sign.
Well, I know one of them happens to be the boy just across the road over here at Wilson, the halfback Darrell Williams. I think everybody's after him.
Yeah, I was over there a little bit earlier tonight, and Darrell's already scored a couple touchdowns, and he's having a big night. So, yeah, he's probably the best running back in the state. So, yeah, we'd love to have him.
I imagine it's pretty difficult for someone to cover all the high schools in an area. This is a pretty tough job, isn't it?
Well, of course, I'd rather have this area than, say, something like Miami. One good thing is I've been to 3 games here tonight. I was over at Bishop Kenny. They're playing Fletcher. And, of course, I left a little bit early in that game. But I can see 3 games here in one night, so, you know, it's not too bad.
Did they have any score in that Kenny game?
I left real early. Wasn't any score. I don't know how that one's going.
Well, that's our rivalry next week. And next Friday night here at this place, they'll be standing from the rafters because the score end as it is now. The ball game next week will be between Bolles and Bishop Kenny as to who represents this district in the playoffs, and that's the way it's been for the last 4 years.
Well, Bishop Kenny looked real strong early this season. Lately, they haven't been playing quite as well as they were. So, you know, looking at both teams, if Bolles will have to play their best. I think Bishop Kenny's a little bit bigger, but you know, I've watched Bolles play 2 or 3 times now, and you can't underestimate them. They really get after you.
Okay, well, Steve, listen, it's certainly been a pleasure for us having you here on our halftime show tonight. And I see we're about ready to start the second half down there. And we'll wish you and the Gators good luck tomorrow in the ball game. And thanks again for stopping by.
Okay, thank you, Frank.
It's supper time, and you're out of bread. Convenience Plus. That's Zippy Mart. A real Bolles booster. Go Bulldogs.
All right, we're just about set to kick off to start the second half. Kicking off now is Mike Motley. Kicks a high kick end over end. It's going to be taken by Eugene Green at about the 5-yard line. He's back to the 10, the 15. He jumps and is tackled at about the 24-yard line.
Super kick, Frank, down there around the 4 or 5. and tackle made by Tom Hopkins for the Bulldogs. Eugene Green tried to go high over Hopkins, and Hopkins put the stop on him.
And they marked it just squarely at the Baker County 25-yard line. So with 11:47 as we get underway here, Bulldogs leading 12-0 as the two Givens brothers go wide to each side. Running backs are Green and Bradley. There's a handoff to Green over his own left guard. Green gets out to about the 28, 29-yard line. Making a stop is Wilford Line, Danny Castaneda, and Charlie Perry.
A little misdirection there by the Wildcats, Frank, was a counter dive play. Had very little success running the veer action type of plays that the Bulldogs in the first half. So I think they're going to try to come back with some misdirection in this half, try to get them going the wrong way.
That was Thomas carrying the ball because he just went out and Green just replaced him. Green is now the running back. Same formation, pro set. Hand off to Green over his own right tackle. Green crosses the 30 to about the 32. And Blue Price, the nose man, George Gaynor, the defensive end, stop him at about the 33.
And Frank, Steve McCall is back in there at middle linebacker for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, Steve has been out for 2 weeks now with an elbow injury, and it sure is good to see him back playing. All right, the Wildcats break the huddle. Send the Givens boys wide to both sides. There's the dive play to the running back, number 44, that's Leonard Jones. He goes over his own left tackle. He gets the first down, brings it out to about the 38-yard line.
And Frank, the Bulldogs have made an adjustment in this half and are in what we call a 50 look on the tight end side, and Baker County is hitting right in there against it with the dive play. So I think we might see the Bulldogs jump back into their even front, and they're in at this play.
All right, there's a handoff again on the dive play to the running back. That's going to pick up about 7 yards on the play. It's going to make it, or perhaps 6 now. It's going to make it 2nd and 4. Ball is at the 44-yard line of the Wildcats. Out of the huddle they come. Throw formation. Wide receivers both sides. There's a handoff again to running back Bradley. Bradley cracks out to near the midfield stripe. He picks up the first down. And the Wildcats have come out fired up in this third quarter.
Yeah, Coach Barrett's going to have to make some defensive adjustments to shut it down.
All right, the ball is just on the Bulldog side of the 50-yard line as they break the huddle. They're getting up very quickly now. There's a handoff on the right side to Green. Green gets to the Bulldog 40-yard line. And Mike Motley makes the stop. And they're really coming out of that huddle quick, and they're hitting quick. There it goes. Handoff on the dive play again to Green. He cracks over the Bulldog 45 to about the 43. He's going to get 2-3 yards.
Motley got a piece of him, reacted up nice on the linebacker scrape that time, Frank.
3rd and 2 for the Wildcats. 8:59 third quarter. The Bulldogs leading 12-0. They break the huddle. Wide receivers both sides. Green and Bradley are the running backs. There's a handoff on the dive play again, trying to get the first down. He's going to be very close.
Yeah, I believe he's got it. It's going to be close, as you said.
Charles Perry at the bottom of the pile. Ball is marked just about the Bulldog 40-yard line.
Looks like it's going to be close enough for him to measure it, Frank. I really can't tell over on the far sideline just where the stake is.
Well, they've got that one stake turned so you can't see it.
But it's the ball is almost on the line, so I'm sure it has to be awfully close to measure. They don't have it, Frank. They lack 2 or 3 inches.
They don't have it.
But here on the 40-yard line, I'm sure that the Wildcats will be going for it.
All right. I see Dees comes out. Fitch King replaces him in the middle of the defensive line. 8:32, clock running. Bulldogs leading 12-0. 4th and just inches for the Wildcats. Bulldog 40-yard line. They break the huddle. Nelson Givens to the right side, his brother to the left side. Backs in a split formation. Split backfield, long count try. Handoff to the running back, and he is hit, and at the line of scrimmage, he may have had the forward progress to get the first down.
He got it going over the top, Frank, but he really got rocked back, and is that George Gaynor? That's George Gaynor getting up awfully slow for the Bulldogs. Really appears to be shaking up.
He really put a stop on him. Picked up the first down, and they marked that ball. He didn't get it about 6 inches. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats, just inside the Bulldogs 40-yard line. They're trailing 12-0, and they break the huddle on the 1st and 10. Nelson Givens wide to the right. Marty Givens wide to the left side. There's a handoff to Green, and Green's going to be hit as he crosses the 40 to about the 38-yard line, and let's see who gets up off that stack. That was Mark Tony and Charlie Perry stacking that up with Billy Irwin helping. All right, out of the huddle come the Wildcats. They gain 2 yards on the play, 2nd down 8. They're comes the dive play over the left side. Hand off to Thomas. Thomas gets inside the 35 to about the 33-yard line. Getting up off the stack is Mike Motley. No, correction, that's George Gaynor. It's 93, not 33. And Wilford Lyons. It's going to bring up a third down along 2. 7-11 on the turning clock, third quarter.
I think that Baker County, Frank, has figured out that their interior linemen are bigger and stronger than the Bulldogs, and they're going to take it right at them for a while. They're having some success with it.
All right, here comes the option play down the right side, and Cruz is going to be wrestled down by Mike Motley as he gets near the 30. He's about the 30.5-yard line. Looks like another fourth down. This time it's going to be about fourth and a foot and a half.
One, yeah. I'd have been awful tempted to stick it up in there one more time, as much success as they've been having.
All right, the Gibbons brothers go wide to both sides. Backs in the I formation. Gordon Cruz sprinting down the right side. Hands off to Thomas. Thomas gets the first down. He gets inside the Bulldog 25 to about the 22-yard line before Alan Tyre finally makes a stop. Just Cruz sprinting down the right side. Hand off to Green. Green is carrying Wilford Lyons with him. He gets to the 15-yard line. Boy, he's finally ridden down. George Gaynor comes up to help Wilford Lyons, but he's got it at the 15-yard line, and he's going to be within about 3 yards of another first down.
Yes, the same sprint draw action once again, Frank, to the other side. And the Bulldogs, as we said, have been playing it well all year, but Baker County is cutting it back much deeper than the teams we faced earlier, and the Bulldogs are overrunning it a little bit.
All right, Cruz takes a snap. Cruz hands off over the right guard to his running back, Bradley, and Bradley's going to get in very close to the 10-yard line. He has another first down. It's going to give the Wildcats a first and 10 at about the Bulldog 10.
Pylon down here, it's about 2 inches off the pylon.
All right, back to I formation. Green is the deep back. Hand off Green over his own right tackle, and George Gaynor hits him at the line of scrimmage, and if he gets anything, he may get about a foot and a half.
Excellent reaction by George Gaynor, who was on an inside stunt, Frank. And let's see, who was that coming up on the outside?
Eddie Johns and Mike Burnett are now in the defensive lineup. It looks like we're getting our big
Wilford Lyons that came in from the outside to squeeze that last play.
All right, they're going to give him a gain of perhaps a foot. It's going to be second down, still 10. The ball just about squarely on the 10-yard line. Bulldogs look like they're going in their goal line defense. Burnett and Eddie Johns in there. Here comes a quick pitch around the right side to Green. Green is going to get down close to the 5-yard line. Mike Motley.
Super play by Mike Motley coming from inside from the middle linebacker position, Frank. Motley just came slicing across and made the tackle. Just a super play.
All right, so it's going to be third down, about 5 to go for the touchdown for the Wildcats. They're trailing 12-0, 4:06 on the turning clock, third quarter. All right, backs in a split formation. Here comes a quick pitch to Green coming around the left side. He's being chased back there by Danny Castaneda. He's going to be hit down about the 1-yard line. Castaneda missed the tackle at the 10. And finally, Bobby Raymond hit him at about the 1-yard line. Looks like they're going to have fourth down and about 1 yard to go. Wildcats are taking a timeout here. Let's take one. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Gee, Dad, it's a college I really want.
Atlantic Bank. We bring banking to you.
All right, the Wildcats have just tried to run Eugene Green over his own right guard, 4th and 1, and the Bulldogs have held.
Boy, a super goal line stand right there on that last play by the Bulldogs, Frank. Mike Motley coming up and making the hit with Eddie Johns and Mike Burnett in the middle of the line to provide a little beef. And the Bulldog lineman really stepped up there and made the hit. I think he ran right into big Eddie Johns.
All right, Bulldogs going with a split backfield now. Looks like McCordy and Woodward are the running backs. Johnson has his club set. Wide receivers both sides. He's stopping back. He wants to throw out here. He's trying to throw for Harris, and it overthrows him out of bounds at the 20-yard line. 2:44 left in this third quarter. The Bulldogs have just put up a goal line stand, stopping the Wildcats at the Bulldog 1-yard line. They now have it deep in their own territory. Third down 9 from about their own 2-yard line. As Harris goes wide left, Swalby comes wide right. Backs in the I formation. Woodward is the deep back. Johnson takes a snap. Hand off to Woodward, coming off his own tackle. Woodward still going at the 10-yard line. And it still may be a fourth down. He had to get to about the 12. All right, Bulldogs getting our punting unit in now as they're going to give up the ball, perhaps in good field position, to the Wildcats as they come out with a 4th and 1 from their own 9-yard line. Worrell standing in his own end zone. Worrell gets the low pass to center. It gets the kick away. It's a high end-over-end kick. It's going to be taken at the 44 of the Bulldogs by Thomas. Thomas gets back to the 40, still getting away from tacklers to the 35, 34-yard line. So the Wildcats are going to be in excellent position with 1:52 left in this third quarter. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Bulldog 19 following that 15-yard penalty for a personal foul. All right, here comes Baker County. Hand off to Green, trying to go his loading left guard, and he's met at the line of scrimmage and dropped by about 3 of the Bulldogs.
George Gator, Mike Motley, and
Charles
Perry. Nice play.
All right, so it's 2nd down. No gain on the play. 2nd and 10 from the Bulldog 20-yard line as the Wildcats break the huddle. Marty Gibbons wide to the left, to the right side. 2 tight end offense. Backs in split formation. Hand off to Green again on the dive play. He's trying to break tackles. He gets to about the 18-yard line, but he's wrestled down by 5 Bulldogs. So it's going to bring up a 3rd down. We'll call it 3rd and 7. Let's say 3rd and 7. I can't see. They keep moving that yardstick. The Wildcats break the huddle. 2 tight ends. Wide receiver Gibbons to the right side. Here comes the quick pass over the middle to the tight end. He's got it complete at the 5-yard line. Castaneda makes a stop down there, but it's going to be enough for the 1st down. He hits the big tight end, Lonnie Robinson, right over the middle. That's going to be 1st and goal for the Wildcats. The ball is just about the Bulldogs' 5-yard line. I see the goal line defense is back in there. Eddie Johns and Mike Burnett in at the 2 interior guards. Wildcats break the huddle. Send Marty Gibbons to the right side, and to the left side is his brother. There's a fake of a dive play, and hit in the backfield is going to be Gordon Cruz, the quarterback, back at about the 10-yard line.
Too tall, Billy Irwin, Frank.
Defensive end. Billy Irwin came through there. Cruz is going to fake the dive play, keep it outside, and that's going to be the end of the third quarter. Score here, Bolles Bulldogs 12, Baker County Wildcats nothing. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
Joseph and Charles.
All right, ready to start the fourth quarter now as the Wildcats come out with a 2nd down and 10 from the 10-yard line. Cruz has his offense set, sprints down the right side, hand off to Thomas, the running back. He's hit at the 6-yard line by Burnett, is 1.
Too tall, Billy Irwin, Frank. I'll tell you what, he ran right into the tree.
Mike Motley.
Too tall was right there. He wrapped him up, and Motley and Burnett coming from the inside put the hiatus on him. Excellent defensive play.
Gets to about the 6-yard line. It's going to be 3rd and 6. They have to go in the end zone. 11:34 left in the ball game. The Bulldogs leading 12-0. Wildcats huddling back at their 15-yard line. They break the huddle. Send the Gibbons boys wide to both sides. Running back is Thomas and Bradley. High formation. There's a fumble of the snap, and the Bulldogs have it. Fumble in the backfield, trying to quick pitch. Let's see who gets up off the ball.
Eddie Johns.
Eddie Johns.
The big sophomore defensive lineman for the Bulldogs, Eddie Johns, comes up with that football.
So the Bulldogs have it by way of the turnover, and they stopped another drive by the Wildcats. Now it's time to get the offense going.
No, they're not going to be run and shoot this time. They're in the eye.
Perez Alonso wide left, or wide right. Harris wide left. Running backs in the I formation. There's a handoff. David Woodward on the off-tackle play. Woodward cracks out over the 10-yard line to about the 14-yard line. All right, pick up 3 yards on the play. 2nd and 7 as the Dogs break the huddle. Send Perez Alonso wide to the right. Harris wide left. Running backs again in the I formation. Woodward is the deep back. Johnson takes the snap. Handoff again. Same play to Woodward. Woodward breaks one tackle. Crosses out to about the... he may pick up 1, perhaps 2 yards. Going to bring up a 3rd and 5. The ball is just about the Bulldog 14-yard line. Perez Alonso comes out. Harris comes wide to the near side. Swalby wide to the right side. Back still in the I formation. 3rd down play for the Bulldogs. Johnson takes the snap. Handoff once again to his deep running back, and he's going to crack out there to about the 18-yard line. Not going to be enough for the 1st down. That was Trey Hughes running the football. So the Bulldogs once again may give up the ball. Good pass from center. Worrell gets a high end-over-end kick away. Waiting for it is Thomas at the Bulldog 48. He gets to the 44, and he is really racked up at the Bulldog 44-yard line.
Not this time. Not this time. Nice defensive coverage down there.
One getting up on the
Bulldogs. J.D. Todd was down there. I think he was the one that made the first hit, Frank.
J.D. Todd really racked him
Greenfield,
up.
Harvey J. Super coverage by the kicking team there.
We have 9:06 on a turning clock, fourth quarter. Bulldogs leading 12-0 as the Wildcats break the huddle, 1st and 10 from the Bulldog 42-yard line. There's a handoff on a dive play to Bradley. He goes over the middle, crosses the Bulldog 40 to about the 38-yard line, where Mike Motley, Fitch King, makes a stop.
Scoreboard
Quick pitch to Green, trying to come around the right side. Green's going to be hit, but Danny Castaneda back at the 42-yard line.
That's a super play by Danny Castaneda, Frank.
Green's getting up a little slowly, too, John. He's hobbled a little bit. He's wearing a brace on that left leg, I believe, and he's going to go out of there right now, being replaced by Nelson Thomas. Castaneda really knocked the pins out from under him. All right, the Gibbons boys go wide to both sides. Running backs in the I formation. Thomas a deep back. Quick pitch to Thomas. He's going to throw the pass. Thomas is looking, throws the ball up in the air for grabs, and it falls to the ground at the Bulldogs' 26-yard line. He had to throw over Billy Irwin.
Yeah, he sure did. I'll tell you what, take that guy at about 6'6" or 6'7", and you put his arms up there all the way, and he is a tough sucker to throw the ball over.
All right, fourth down play. Cruz standing back at his own 45-yard line. Back deep for the Dogs, Greg Harris and Doug Fox. He's going to run with the ball on the fourth down play. Bulldogs are reacting up a little slowly. They're getting blocked out there. He has the first down. He's going to get inside the Bulldogs 25 to about the 24-yard line.
Yes, a serious mistake in the kicking game here by the Bulldogs. The first mistake we've seen them make in the kicking game in a long time, Frank.
All right, the Wildcats have picked up a crucial first down. They're at the Bulldogs' 24-yard line. 7:34 in this ball game. Bulldogs leading 12-0. Wide receivers both sides. Backs in the I formation. Cruz runs down the line, hands off to his running back, and he's dragging Billy Irwin down close to the 20-yard line. That was Nelson Thomas, the running back. All right, again, they were running the sprint draw coming down. They handed off to Nelson Thomas, trying to go over his right tackle, and Irwin and Charles Perry, I believe, were waiting on him. All right, out of the huddle come the Wildcats. Wide receivers, both sides. Backs in the I formation. Deep back is now Eugene Green. Gordon Cruz is the quarterback. Cruz sprinting down. Cruz is going to keep it and run outside. He's being chased by Bulldogs, and he's going to be run out of bounds at about the 17, 18-yard line by Wilfred Lyons. Lyons goes out of the ball game. Ball is at about the 17-yard line of the Bulldogs. Third down 4. 6:46 left in this ball game. The Bulldogs leading by a score of 12-0. And there's timeout on the field. Let's take a timeout. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
When you come to our store, you can expect a little bit more prestige, jewelry, and gifts.
University Boulevard West at St. Augustine Road.
All right, this is Frank Callahan back once again with you at Hodges Field. John Morgan. We have 6:46 left in this ball game. The Baker County Wildcats 3rd and 4 at the Bulldog 22-yard line. There's a handoff to Green up the middle. He cracks inside the 20 to about the 16-yard line. He has the first down. Making the stop was the linebacker, Mike Motley. All right, the ball's about the Bulldog 12-yard line. Clock running, 6:23. 1st and 10 for the Wildcats. They're trailing 12-0. Out of the huddle they come. Wide receivers, both sides, the Gibbons brothers. Backs in a split formation. There's a handoff over the middle to Thomas. Thomas jumps the line of scrimmage, gets to the Bulldog 9-yard line. Mike Motley again on the stop. Mark Toney and Wilfred Lyons. We are now under 6 minutes in this ball game. And into the ball game goes Eddie Johns and Mike Burnett as we get set to go with the goal line defense once again. 2nd down, 8 for the Wildcats. Was that the... What yard line is that? Did I say? 9-yard line.
Yes.
All right, out of the huddle they come. Wide receivers, both sides. Gordon Cruz, the quarterback. Handoff on a dive play to Green. Green breaks over the middle of the line. He's going to pick up 3 to 4 yards. One of the Bulldogs riding him, hitting him a little too high. Going to have about a yard. So once again, the Bulldog defense is called on a 4th down 1. Ball at their own 3-yard line.
And Frank, I hate to keep making the same point, but it's now down to 4.5 minutes. And Baker County, again, is even if they do score on this drive, they're using up an awful lot of the clock to do it.
All right, out of the huddle they come.
Develop anything, they're going to be in trouble.
All right, back and split backfield. Handoff to the Thomas. He's in down very close to the goal line. I don't believe he got in there yet, but he picked up the first down.
Picked up the first down. I'd say he's about a foot out, Frank, it looks like.
All right, so it's going to give him 1st and goal from about the Bulldog 1-foot line. Time is stopped with 4:19 while they're setting the chain. as the Bulldogs are huddling back in their own end zone.
It may even be closer than that, Frank. It may be inside a foot.
High play coming in from the sideline. Wildcats huddling at about their own 12-yard, at about the Bulldog 12-yard line. They break the huddle, send wide receivers both sides. Bulldogs in their goal line defense. There's a handoff, and Wilford Lyon really hit the man back at the 3-yard line. Trying to hand off to Thomas over his own right guard, and Lyon hit him at the 3-yard line.
I want to tell you, they both got there at the same time. The handoff, the ball carrier, and the tackler made a sandwich. I want to tell you, that was a super defensive play. It's marked at about the 1.5, Frank. That's a super defensive play.
Loss of a yard on the play. Second down goal. Clock still running. 3:33 left in the ball game. There's a handoff on the other side, and diving into the end zone goes Eugene Green over his own left guard. So the Bulldogs finally give up the touchdown with 3:29 left in this ball game. Try for points coming up.
And Frank, the Bulldogs have run 6 offensive plays and 2 punts in the second half. Now, what this tells you is in order to get those 6 points, the Baker County Wildcats had to keep that football an awful long time.
Marcus Bird in try point after. There's the pass from center. The kick's in here. It's good. So with 3:29 left in this fourth quarter, the Bulldogs leading 12-7. We'll be back in 60 seconds.
A question from Bandroff Insurance Agency. Bandroff Insurance Agency, Gulf Life Tower. Phone 398-6411.
Onside kick tried by the Wildcats, caught by Greg Harris at his own 45-yard line. So with 3:26 left in this ball game, the Bulldogs have it 1st and 10 at their own 45. All right, Bulldogs now operating with the slot to the left. Only running back is David Woodward. In motion comes the receiver Hitchcock. Rapid pass is Johnson. Johnson is trying to run now. He's being chased from behind. Johnson's going to get to about the 48-yard line before he's finally caught from behind by the defensive tackle, Ryan Frazier.
Gets about 4 yards, 3.5 on the play, Frank. A nice effort by Johnson.
If he'd have started just a step or so quicker, he would have had quite a bit of yardage then because everyone was back deep. Like the Bulldogs were missing a player then.
Yeah, they were missing a wide receiver on the right side, Frank. Nobody detected it, fortunately, so it didn't affect the Bulldogs.
All right, pick up 3 yards for the Bulldogs. 2nd and 7 from the Bulldog 48-yard line. Run and shoot offense. Wide slot both sides. Woodward the only running back. Hitchcock goes in motion back to the right side. Johnson drops straight back. Hands off on a dive to Woodward. Woodward gets across the 50 to the Baker County 48, perhaps the 47.5-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. All right, Bulldogs break the huddle. Send Swalby and Harris wide to the right side. Summer and Perez Alonso to the left side. Now Summer goes in motion to the right side. Johnson takes a snap. Quick pitch to Woodward around the right side. Woodward is going to get to the 45-yard line, very close to first down. I do not know whether he has it or not.
Well, I'll tell you what, that is close.
They're calling fourth down.
He doesn't have it. He has to get from one side of the line to the other side of the line.
And there's the whistle. They're going to take 5. There goes the punting unit in.
Exactly what happened, and I think an excellent call by Coach Kempson. He's going to back up to the 50, and he's going to hopefully get a good kickoff from Scott Worrell and get that sucker down inside the 20-25-yard line for Baker County. They'll have a minute left, and it's going to be awful tough for them to come with their type of offense all the way down the field in that time.
All right, Worrell his own 38-yard line. Back deep is Nelson Thomas for a good pass from center. Worrell gets a high falling kick away. Thomas is backing up to his own 10-yard line. He has it at the 10. He's coming across the sideline. They have the wall set over here. He's at the 30. He's at the 35, 40, 45. He's going to be hemmed in. And let's see who has it.
Boys, there is a heck of a scramble for the ball in front of the bench.
And they're sorting players out of the way there.
That's a super job by the officials, Frank, of getting right in there and covering the ball. Whoever has the ball is surrounded by the officials and then by both teams.
They're about 40 boys, and the Bulldogs have it. The Bulldogs have it at the 49-yard line. Tommy Elliott was the man who recovered the play.
They're going to have it 15 yards further down the field, Frank, because the Baker County coaches are out on the field to see an injured player, which there's nothing wrong with. However, as soon as they saw the officials gesture that the Bulldogs had the ball, one of the Baker County coaches out there to look at the injured player jumped right up into referee A.J. Smith's face to protest the call on the fumble, and that's going to cost him 15 yards.
All right, so the Bulldogs, I believe, have this one wrapped up with 46 seconds left to go in the ball game. They're going to be penalized from the midfield stripe, which will take it to the 35-yard line.
If they don't get off the field, I believe they're going to be penalized again.
John, I tell you what, he brought that ball back. He had the wall. 3 Bulldogs hemmed him in at the midfield stripe. He was hit, and as he was hit, the ball popped loose and just laid on the ground for a minute. Nobody saw it. And then finally there was a mad scramble, and they rolled out of bounds with it, and there was about 50 bodies there, and the officials right in the middle sorting players like you were dealing a deck of cards.
It may be that, Frank, Mr. Smith has rethought the situation and decided that since that coach was out there to attend to his injured player, he's not going to penalize him. He has talked to the Baker County coaches, and he's now talking to Coach Dave Kenson, and I think that's going to be the case.
Okay, so I think maybe they are going to mark it at the midfield stripe. It will be the Bulldogs' ball, 1st and 10, with 46 seconds left to go in the ball game. And I don't know how many timeouts Baker County has.
I don't know, but they're going to have to use them because the Bulldogs are going to fall on the ball and just protect Brad Johnson.
All right, Johnson takes a snap, falls on the ball. Clock is running with 33 seconds to go in the ball game. I don't know. They're not stopping it yet. 28 seconds. They're marking it ready for play.
27 seconds, they're marking it ready for play. Baker County obviously must have one timeout at least left.
Yeah, they're going to take one with 25 seconds.
Didn't miss that one play because I sure want to see it Monday. Yeah, that's 12 noon.
All right, Bulldog's going to fall on and kill the clock again as all the backs are up close. Johnson just falls on it. Trey Hughes falls on top of Johnson. People are piling on. 20 seconds on the clock. 19.
A little unnecessary pushing by Baker County, I think there, Frank, but the officials right on top of it.
Coach Kenson is telling them to stay in the huddle now with 11, 10, 9. This makes the game next week worth all the marbles, John. Bishop Kenny, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And that's the ball game. The Bulldogs have won it here tonight, beating the Baker County Wildcats by the score of 12-7. We'll be back with the post-game show in just 60 seconds.